What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most requested reviews analysis, so stick around. You don't want to miss this. But before we get into that, if you're considering a purchase, don't miss out on this incredible discount available right now. Check the description below and the pinned first comment. Now, let's not delay any further and jump right into the details.
Now, let's hear directly from our first reviewer about their experience.
This reviewer was very happy with this portable router, stating it does exactly what was needed while being impressively small and lightweight. Our reviewer specifically chose the model with external antennae for a potentially stronger connection to weaker Wi-Fi networks. The main purpose was to connect to hotel or condo networks that require a login through a web page, often called a captive portal. This little device handles that perfectly, creating a private, password-protected network for all of the user's personal equipment. This meant their computers, media players, and video game consoles could all connect to this one local network, bypassing the hassle of logging each device into the public hotel system individually. Getting it running did require some initial configuration. The client noted that updating the firmware is an essential first step, as mentioned in the included instructions. This involved downloading an update file from the manufacturer's site, connecting a computer directly to the travel router, and then applying the update. The newer firmware version was a major improvement over what the unit shipped with, providing a much friendlier interface and more features. To work with captive portals, a specific security setting in the advanced DNS options needed to be disabled. This feature is on by default to protect against site spoofing, which is precisely how hotel login pages work. The reviewer found this was well documented by the company. Our reviewer also plans to use this mini router when traveling in an RV, as parks often have similar connection limits and login pages. The major benefit is that once configured for a new location, all their devices automatically reconnect to the router without any changes. While it requires some comfort with networking settings, this user found it to be a fantastic and highly capable gadget for any traveler.
Let's start with our first reviewer's experience.
This reviewer found this little travel router to be an impressive solution for a very specific problem. They initially purchased it to provide a wireless connection for a VoIP telephone device that only came with an Ethernet port. By configuring this portable gadget as a Wi-Fi extender, it successfully bridged their home's wireless network to the phone's wired input. Our reviewer noted that the setup process was straightforward and worked perfectly for this task, providing a stable connection. A key advantage was its versatility. Unlike the phone's own expensive, single-purpose Wi-Fi adapter, this compact router could easily be repurposed for countless other uses down the line. The flexibility of this device is one of its strongest features. This client was pleased with its ability to operate in several different configurations, from a simple range extender to a wired access point, or even as a standalone router tethered to a mobile hotspot. The inclusion of built-in VPN capabilities was also highlighted as a particularly valuable feature, especially for anyone looking to secure their connection while traveling. It packs a surprising amount of functionality into such a small package. Of course, a device this compact comes with certain trade-offs. The reviewer points out that its data transfer speeds are a limitation as it operates only on the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi band and has just one LAN and WAN port. In a test while in extender mode, download speeds were a fraction of what their main home network typically delivers. However, they emphasized that for the intended purpose of supporting voice calls and basic office work, the performance was more than sufficient. While it may not be the ideal choice for bandwidth-intensive activities like running multiple security cameras, this client was left thoroughly impressed with its overall value and capability for specific applications.
Fantastic. Now, let's see what insights our next reviewer has to offer.
This reviewer is finding this portable mini travel router incredibly useful for remotely monitoring their astrophotography setup. The primary use case is keeping an eye on things from inside the house while the telescope operates outside, within a range of about 50 feet. The router sits directly on the power station, completely separate from the computer connected to the astrophotography equipment. The reviewer uses remote desktop connection on an Android tablet to observe the progress, with the astrophotography computer running NINA software. They even found a helpful video by Patriot Astrophotography demonstrating how to connect a camera to show the setup within NINA, though they haven't gotten around to acquiring a camera yet. Setting up this little gadget was a breeze. Our reviewer simply selected the router from available Wi-Fi networks and entered the default password. Firmware updates require a brief connection to the internet via Ethernet. Further customization, such as changing the SSID, is easily accessible through the network settings. Initially, the reviewer experienced frustrating disconnections when using their home Wi-Fi network. Switching to a cell phone hotspot provided a more stable connection, only dropping once over a couple of hours. This prompted them to search for a dedicated solution, leading them to this travel router. While the reviewer hasn't extensively tested it yet beyond the initial setup and a few power cycles to ensure reliable reconnection, the initial impressions are very promising. They are optimistic that this router will provide the stable and reliable connection needed for remote astrophotography monitoring.
And that's a wrap. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you've got thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.